Okay, now that you've watched the video of how to hang a drywall ceiling by yourself, I'm going to show you how to hang the walls. Okay, it's very simple. Just a few steps. Remember we have 3 different openings here. We have a pocket door opening, we have a wood swing door opening, and then we have just the pass-through, a walk-through opening. Okay, I'm going to show you how to hang the drywall, tell you the screw pattern. Okay, I'm also going to show you how they cut them today with a router. Okay, I was going to show you the old-fashioned way, the way I was taught, but that's not what they do today. Okay, you can still do it using your keyhole saw. It takes more time. All right, so let's get started. First of all, you have your tape measure. You're going to measure your wall. Now, you can measure right to the wall, edge to edge on your first sheet. Okay? Do yourself a favor, make it a 1/4 inch smaller. Okay? A 1/4 inch will give you 1/8 inch on each side. All right, one thing I haven't told you yet, and I should. Right now I'm not wearing a pouch that holds my screw gun, my tape measures, my tools, and more important is your screw bag, okay, that you're able to put all your screws in. If you're going to be hanging more than a couple of sheets, you need that, okay, so you're not running around grabbing tools. Okay, they're right on your side. It's so much easier and faster, and if you're going to be a piece worker, you better have one, because the more pieces you get up, the more money you make. All right, I got my measurement, and I put my drywall knife in at that mark, just like that. Bring your T-square over to it. Remember, when you're using your T-square, put your hand on top, it holds it down. But it's important to put your foot on the bottom of the T-square. They don't always sit perfectly flat, and when you're pushing on something, it tends to move. So you put your foot on it, cut all the way down. Always have a sharp knife. Break your drywall. I like cutting the back side. Okay. This made a very clean cut, but you should have a rasp. Okay. It's a small tool, and you rasp the end to get the gypsum smooth, especially when you're going to butt one sheet up against another sheet. You need that to keep the joints tight. Okay, here we're not doing that. Now I've got one sheet. It's going to go across the top. Okay, you'll see on the pocket door there's this piece of wood. It sticks out, so the drywall is going to be over the face of it right now. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to cut it out with the router. It's important to mark your studs, so when you put the drywall up there, you'll know where the studs are. Okay, and you won't be fumbling around trying to find them. All right, now as you can see with the pocket door, you've got them going both ways. You have a vertical studs, then you have those vertical, but then you have these horizontal, okay? These are horizontal going into this. This is only 3/4 thick, and this is the wood here, and then the drywall is a 1/2 inch thick. So what a lot of drywall guys forget to do is change their screws, okay? They need to use a 1-inch screw on these. If they use 1.25 inches, it's gonna stick through the wood. And then when you go to slide your door in and out, it's gonna get scraped by the screws. So change your screws, make sure you go to the 1 inch. Okay. Remember when, well, if you watch the ceiling framing video, I lined up the ceiling studs with the vertical studs. So when I look up, I see my screws, I know that's where the studs are. So I don't have to mark those right now. But I need to find these. So I'm going to put a mark on the center of these. Your pencil is your friend. Lean the top of your board up against the wall and slide it up. Make sure it's tight at the top. Okay, check your both sides. We only left 1/8 inch each side. Okay, check your screws. If it's going in too far, bring them out. Check it. That's just a little bit. Go another click in. Okay, I just put enough screws in to where I know it's not going to flop around on me. Have them in here. I have them in here. Now, you'll see some people will want to bring the drywall to here and go straight up and then put a piece across the top. It's a bad move, okay? Eventually, the joint up here is going to crack. Why? Because you're always moving the door, okay? Closing the door, opening the door. The frame is moving. It will crack. Run it all the way across, okay? If you're running out of drywall and you have to, then try to break it in the center of the door, not on the ends. Okay? Break it in the center. You'll have a less chance of it cracking. Now at this point, if you don't have a router, you would take your Sawzall and you would try to cut here, which would be very difficult. Okay? On this opening or this opening, the keyhole saw will work fine. Okay? Just going to take you longer. If you didn't have a router, I recommend on this one, before you hang the sheet, you mark it on your sheet and you cut it out while you have it down. Otherwise, you're going to have a real hard time trying to cut this out properly. All right? I'm going to use a router. Okay? That's what they're using today. It's so much faster. Beautiful. You have to be careful. The router can get away from you. It got a little bit away from me here. I was expecting to go higher because the wood generally goes higher on the end, and then over here. But your trim is 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so your trim is going to cover that. Your trim is going to cover this, so it's no big deal. We're right up where we need to be. Now I'm going to finish screwing it off. Remember your screw patterns. 12 inches in the field, 8 inches on the seams, on the wall. Remember, if you miss, take out your misses, okay? Don't leave it for the finisher. It's not his job. You missed, you take it out. Especially on a job, long time job, where you're hanging boards of different units after unit after unit, and you have the finishers coming behind you. They're going to know what units are yours, okay? And you know, you want to have a good relationship on the job with other guys. Do your job. You missed, you pull the screw out.
Building with Papa. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Alright, hope you enjoyed this one. Here comes the second one.